Namaste and very hearty welcome to all of you to this high intensity Thursday Satsang. We are in the series of life lessons, and today we are going to learn the 10th life lesson. But before we start with learning the life lesson, few basic things about high intensity Thursday Satsang. The purpose of Thursday Satsang is to help all of us to ponder within, to introspect, to understand the deeper aspect of life and awaken to the transformation that is awaiting us, all of us on the planet Earth. Huge possibilities exist right now for the awakening. If we change our attitudes, if we change our behavior in a certain manner, awakening is very much possible. So, what are those attitudinal corrections? What are those behavioral corrections that we need to do so that awakening becomes easier for us? It's a natural thing. I had been trying my best for more than 3 decades now. I would have talked to more than 1,500,000 people all over the world. More than 300,000 are my students. So much of intensity into every talk that we have. I am putting my heart into the whole thing. But why is it that only few people's awakening happen? It should be running in 100,000 people. We have only few hundreds. But few hundreds is also a great number. Because of the technology, because of approachability, compared to the spiritual masters of the past, we are better off because we are able to reach out to so many people all over the world at one go because of this technology. And I'm trying my best what we can do to make the whole thing available online so that everybody feels comfortable and things are easy for everyone. So, few years back during Corona time, I think it was around 2022, that we tried whether Shaktipat can be given online. And we saw in more than 200 people's feedback that it is possible. Shaktipat is possible online. The feeling of presence. Last Thursday I tried. No, Thursday before that, 15 days back I tried. A lot of people gave me good feedback. It is possible. See, the feeling of presence is felt when you are close by somebody. Physical proximity, because you are sharing the aura. You don't need to talk if you can feel the presence of the person. Now, online also it is possible to feel the presence. What is the requirement to feel the presence? Just connection of the heart. That's all that is there. Tuning into the presence. It's very much possible. So many of you felt 15 days back. I got the feedback. So, like a scientist, we are doing the experimentation. What is possible online and what is not? Almost everything is possible. Whatever I had been doing offline, traveling to so many countries, meeting so many people, all that is almost possible. 99% is possible online. But possible for whom? That is the main thing. Possible for all of you who know how to connect through the heart. So, The responsibility is on to you. If you can connect in the field of love, if you can open your heart and fine tune, everything is possible online. And let me tell you, this criteria is true offline also. Many people who meet me offline, face to face, don't get it because they have still not learned how to talk heart to heart. If somebody is operating from the mind, operating from the head, that person is basically not capable of understanding the ways of the Prem mark. Impossible. You cannot understand Prem mark when you operate from the head, or you are operating from the mind, when you are operating from the logic. Why is it so? Because when your head is functioning, when you are operating through the mind, when your logic is functioning, you cannot cross higher than 499 hertz frequency. And the Prem mark starts at 500 hertz. So 499 hertz to 500 hertz, even though it sounds like 1 hertz, but it's a quantum jump into the love field. Huge difference between 499 and 500. You need to drop your logic. You need to shift your consciousness from head to heart. You need to open your heart to get into 500 plus frequency. You need to learn to appreciate the ways of love. You need to learn to appreciate the language of love. Only then you can fine tune into this new frequency. Those who can fine tune, they don't even need online things. Let me tell you, telepathic communication, mind to mind communication is very much possible with all those students who are connected heart to heart. It's happening to many people. Because in that field, which is beyond time and space, connections are natural. Those who are connected to the field, they are all the time connected. So what is the requirement on the participants' side? Only you need to shift your consciousness from head to heart, fine tune your heart, learn to fine tune into the field of love, increase your frequency 500 plus, and you are ready to understand the secrets of Prem given by Sri Mahotar Babaji. Something extraordinary is awaiting for all of us through these secrets, but only for those who are willing to learn, those who are willing to change their attitudes, willing to change their behavior, understand few basic things, and the transformation has to be genuine. One has to change through attitudes, through behavior, and not to create the barriers against the Prema by the wrong behavior. Otherwise, you cut off from the heart, you cut off from the field, and you don't know, you don't get anything. Absolutely nothing you will get. And some people will say, oh, I got everything. Why? Because of your attitude, because of your thinking, because of your behavior. Some people don't understand the methods of love. They simply cut off. See, what is the first barrier? Too much into logic. Those who are into too much into logic, सब कुछ तार्किक होना चाहिए, सब कुछ तर्क संगत होना चाहिए. No, everything has to be logical. Those people, life will be very shallow. You know why? Life is not logical. Only little portion of life is logical. The life as a whole is a logical process. Life is not logical. Your few procedures, your computer, your calculator may be logical, your mathematics may be logical. But that's a very small portion of life. Major portion of life is love. And that is not logical. So those who are too much into logic, they will get very little of life, the experience of life. Those who are able to transcend the logic, those who are able to go beyond the logic, they can get the secrets of life, not otherwise. Very simple things are there. It's not difficult to understand. But if you are too much educated, if you are too much into your head, if you are too much into your logic, then you may find things, such simple things also very difficult. See, I did an experiment with few villagers who came to me, very simple, innocent people. I don't speak Marathi, but whatever little bit I could talk, I could communicate to them with a lot of love. Even though my language was not perfect, they all got everything. Why? Simple, innocent people, they could tune to my heart. They understood everything without talking much. This is the language of love. Language that goes beyond the words. And this language is understood not only by the human beings who are filled into the love field, this is understood by animals. It's understood by the birds also. It's understood by the plants also. It's understood by everybody in the existence. It's not understood by human beings who are stuck with the logic. That's the only thing. The whole existence is made up of the stuff we call love. The whole existence is made up of that. Then how can we miss that? We are also that. So, tuning into the love field is unearthing your true potential. It's unearthing of your true self. It's awakening of the self. It's also called self-realization or enlightenment. It is the same thing. We just need to understand. That's it. So, is enlightenment about getting something from the outside? The answer is no. The fact is, every human being is enlightened, and you don't need to do anything for that because you are already that. Why is it that everybody is not feeling that way? Because we are tuned out from that love frequency. That is the reason. If you can tune in, instantly the realization happens. So what do we need? We need the attitude of tuning in. Attitude of tuning in to the love field. That is the attitude that we need. What is the behavior? The law says whatever you appreciate will come to you. Whatever you criticize will go away from you. If you learn to appreciate love, love will come to you. That is the way to tune into the love field. Okay. If you criticize love, you will go away from the love field. You will never be able to connect. Never. So this type of behavioral corrections are necessary. See, how do we communicate to the people certain things? Through words, right? That's the easiest way that we have. The voice tone also plays the big role. Body language play even greater role in the communication. So most of the communication experts are talking about the words, the voice, and the body language. But all the enlightened beings, all the awakened souls, all the saints, They know the fourth aspect unknown to the world. Communication is not limited to the words, voice, and body language, what experts are talking about in the training field. Majority of the communication is vibrational in nature. See, we even common language say, what kind of vibes are you getting from a person? What kind of vibes are you getting from a person? Which means what? We are talking about vibrational communication, the field to field communication. Do you know how does the awakening happen? Awakening happens when you tune in to the frequency of love by feeling the vibes of the person. Last time I was in Dubai, my host, I was sitting with him and he had a guest. And that gentleman wanted to talk to me, wanted some counseling. So he said, a very dear friend of mine, who is also my business partner, gives me extremely negative vibes. So I asked him, what has he done? No, he has not done anything. Everything is fine. But we sit in the same cabin, both partners. He said, I'm getting extremely negative vibes from him. So even common language, we use this thing, right? Sometimes you are getting positive vibes from the person, sometimes you are getting the negative vibe. So even a common man knows this and uses this language. So I'm telling you, the vibrational communication is very common. We all know it has not entered the minds of the experts yet. In the corporate training, people are not talking about this thing. They are talking about only the words, voice, and body language. But majority of the communication is vibrational in nature. All human beings without education also understand vibrational communication. We are all sharing our vibes. And do you know, major portion of our communication is vibrational in nature. And if you are unaware of what kind of vibes you are passing on, it can be a grave mistake. So, those who are seriously interested in knowing the secrets of the Prem mark, you must consciously learn to experience your own vibes. If you are sitting alone, you are all alone, there's nobody else. You experience your own vibrations. Are you comfortable with yourself? How are you feeling in your own company? Very important things. If you are not feeling good, start correcting yourself. See, if you have too much of negative thinking going on, you will be actually releasing the negative vibes to yourself. Do you know that? Your self-talk greatly influences your vibes. Let me repeat. It's a big insight. Your self-talk, the quality of the self-talk greatly influences your vibes or your vibrations that you are sharing with yourself. Because here we are talking about silence, being with oneself. You're not with anybody. So if you are having too much of negative thinking, you will feel your vibes are negative. But you are experiencing love, overflowing joy. You will see your vibrations are so healthy, so happy, so much healing. That aspect first need to be corrected. So when you are happy with yourself, and then you go in the presence of somebody else, you will feel your vibration and you will feel another person's vibration. Because you are aware of the vibes, your own and somebody else. So your awareness has penetrated the level of vibrations. Very important thing. And really you don't need any education for that. Even an ordinary villager, uneducated person can also understand the vibrations. Animals understand vibrations. Really. See, once I was just sitting silently experiencing love, same place where we normally talk under the cashew tree. And what bird came and sat on my shoulder. And I was enjoying the love field. And the bird was also enjoying. But the bird did not feel the fear. Just sit for a while. Okay. Enjoy it. On its own. Sleep out. This is a proof. Even birds are sensitive to the vibrations. It attracts. They feel good. They feel happy about it. Butterfly will come and sit on you many times. Even animals. We have a calf, so very loving. Just comes and enjoys the presence. Which means what? All living beings in this planet, on the planet Earth, are sensitive to the vibrational communications. Everybody is sensitive. So, if we change our attitudes towards ourselves through introspection, through meditation, through pondering over, and start correcting ourselves, start tuning into the love field, raising your vibrations to 500 plus by right behavior, appreciating good things. That is the way, slowly you will tune into that. And that is also the way to understand the vibrational communication. Once we develop the capacity of understanding the vibrational communication, and we share good vibes, if we vibrate at the same frequency in the love field, magic happens. What is the magic? We use the word resonance in science. When two tuning forks are tuned to the same frequency, if you strike one and just hold another nearby, if they are tuned together, the other will also start vibrating at the same frequency. This phenomenon is known as the phenomenon of resonance in physics. Same phenomenon of resonance happens between two persons who are sharing the love field by being in love with each other. Those who can open their heart and tune into the love field can easily experience resonance. You know what happens? In the resonance, the amplitude of the wave will increase phenomenally high. And if you can feel the resonance in the love field, tremendous amount of healing will happen in few minutes time. That resonance will heal you. And after that, you will experience what is known as the positive health. See, normally human beings on the planet Earth are experiencing either the sickness or the non-sickness. Normal human beings don't experience what is known as the positive health. Positive health is experienced only when you have experienced resonance in the love field. Extraordinary healings happen. All the hurt and humiliation of the past, the insults and the ridicules and all the negativity that you have faced in the past is washed away in the waters of that resonance in the love field. Something extremely extraordinary thing happens. Very deep rooted healing happens because of this resonance. And whatever is healed like a permanently. That trouble is simply disappear from your being. That is the extraordinary quality of the resonance in the love field. Permanent healing. Your consciousness changes completely, once and for all. You can't go back to the old consciousness if you experience resonance in love field. Permanent healing happens. Let me explain you what is it's a real magic if you can experience. Okay. In the coming days, I have planned the science of help you experience resonance online. Okay. In these free classes only. You can. If you change your attitude, if you change your behavior, you can. See, how do we do that? Only you have to open your heart. Drop the logic. Simple. Don't be too logical. Understand the essence of communication without the words and the grammars and all that. Because communicating Prem mark is difficult. If you are expecting perfect wordings, grammatically perfect sentences, understanding Prem mark is not possible. Because love is not logical. The moment I want to talk to you about love, it's impossible to express in the words. Then how do we communicate online? The real resonance is felt by lovers in silence. When we don't need words to communicate, when we can just sit silently together in the love field, share the joy, share the silence, the resonance is experienced. That's how the healing happens. You can understand the silence without the words. Feel the vibes through your hearts. Resonance can happen. All right. That is the high intensity Prem mark satsang. Now we'll get into the learning the lesson. Let me share. Okay. So today is the life lesson number 10. The lesson says, your body is the only thing that will be with you till last moment. Take good care of it and stay fit. If health is gone, everything is gone. I already posted it onto the group. This is the only lesson we are going to discuss today. This series has 11 lessons. So next Thursday is the last lesson in this series and the new lesson series will start. This is the second last lesson in the series, 10th one. 11 lessons are there in this. So when we are born, when I say when we are born, we means we the Atman, we the fragments of consciousness. Born means we got the body. Through body, you express yourself on the planet Earth. So, the life of the soul is eternal, very long, as Jivatma, as Paramatma, eternal. Jivatma gets into the body. That is what we say, beginning of this birth. Beginning of this birth happens 9 months before in the mother's womb. At the 9th month, we are born and physically disconnected from mother by cutting off the umbilical cord, but emotionally connected to mother. And the body continues to be with the soul until soul decides to disconnect from the body, which we call it as death. So it's only the body that is there with us from birth to death, because it is the birth of the body and death of the body. The soul is not concerned with that. Soul is eternal. So what we say or what we talk about birth and death is all about the body, not about the soul. So let us consider this way, that body is the vehicle that we got and it will continue. This is the only vehicle that we have and you can't change this vehicle. Changing the vehicle means ending of the body, getting the new vehicle, next lifetime. So your vehicle will be with you throughout the life, one lifetime, second lifetime, second vehicle. So if this is the only vehicle that is there and you have to travel a long way, complete your mission of getting enlightened, naturally you should take good care of the body. If your body is not fit, if you are not able to sit for longer hours in meditation, if you are not able to do your sadhana, means the spiritual practices, then you really need to look into it. Because the whole purpose of the body, which is known as the sadhan in Hindi or Sanskrit, sadhan means literally the instrument. So body is the instrument given to us from our parents. For what purpose? The purpose is doing the sadhana. So sadhan is to be used for sadhana. Body, the instrument, should be used for spiritual practices. That is the meaning of it. And what is to be done with that? That which is sadhya has to be attained to. Sadhya means that which is possible to attain to. What is possible? Enlightenment. Jivan Mukti. Life in freedom is possible. That's why we need the body. शरीर क्यों चाहिए? शरीर साधना करने के लिए चाहिए, ताकि जो साध्य करने योग्य है उसको हम साध्य कर सके. We need the body as the instrument so that we can do spiritual practices and complete our journey on this planet Earth by getting into the life of freedom. That is why importance of the body. Now let's go into the little details of body. Body as such is a very intelligent organism. See, car has a mechanism. What is the difference between the mechanism and organism? Car is a mechanism. There are certain components. You join the components and the car will work. Is body like that? Is body just the sum of the organs? No. Body is not just the sum of the organs. It is organs plus the energy. Energy. Which energy is there? The prana shakti is there. The kundalini shakti is there. So that shakti aspect, the energy aspect makes it different from the mechanism. So car has the mechanism, the body is the organism. That is the difference. So body as the organism is influenced by many factors. Car is influenced only by the quality of the oil, the quality of the petrol, only those things, and the wear and tear of the mechanical parts and the environmental influences. But organism is not that simple. Organism is influenced by so many different things. Do you know the planetary energy is influencing your organism? See, all the ladies know your menstruation cycles are tuned to the moon, lunar cycles, 28 and a half days. For sure, it's influencing your body, your hormones. Moon is influencing you big way. There are so many different things influencing you. So, organism is quite a complex thing, much more complex than the mechanism like a car. Okay. So, how do we keep the body fit? The body is the organism, which means one of the signals that you get is taking care of the energy, something known as the personal energy management. We all have certain amount of energy. If you know how to manage your energy well, and if you are feeling full of energy, by not wasting your energy in unwanted thinking, because 80% of our energy is wasted into unwanted thinking. Your personal energy management secret you got, which means what? Mind is like an instrument. Use it when you are working, switch it off when you are not working. So don't get into the unnecessary anxiety of the future, unnecessary brooding over the past events and all. Just switch it off. You will save a lot of energy. Body is known as Annamaya Kosha based on the food that we eat. So definitely food plays the big role in health management. Eat something that suits you as per your prakriti. Vata, Pitta, Kapha, three types of prakritis according to Ayurveda. So whatever is your prakriti, then what suits you, accordingly you eat the food and eat little less so that you are not unnecessarily wasting your energy in digesting the food. That is another secret of personal energy management. Unwanted communication, gossip, what we call it as. A lot of energy is lost. Useful communication to experience resonance is a totally different phenomenon that will raise your energy. Unwanted communication, which is the gossip, will reduce your energy. Two human beings fine tuned to the same frequency, sitting nearby, experiencing love, will start resonating. That will multiply your energy. These are the extraordinary secrets. Mm. So once you learn the secrets of energy management, you can keep body healthy. That is the number one thing. Because body is something that is there from birth to death. And that's the only thing that we have. That's the vehicle that we have to complete our mission on the planet Earth. Body alone, whatever things we have discussed, is not enough because it's not just the body, it is the body mind continuum. So the body is the grosser part of the mind, and the mind is the subtler part of the body, and the body and mind are one, they are influencing each other. So healthy body is not possible unless you learn the mind control. Emotional control. So those who have a lot of negative emotions like hatred, jealousy, possessiveness, they will invite the sickness in their body. All negative emotions for sure. And this is 100% sure. Okay. Invites the diseases. Same way, negative thinking will invite the diseases. Why? Why this is guaranteed? Because it's a science. What is the science? Anytime you are having negative thoughts or negative emotions, all negative emotions necessarily are low frequency vibrations. Which means what? If you are entertaining negative thoughts and negative emotions, you are vibrating low at that time. If you are vibrating at a very low frequency, you are actually inviting the diseases because all the diseases get into the system when we are vibrating low. When we are vibrating high, even those diseases which have got into our system, they will disappear. This is something extraordinary. Our body is designed to stay healthy for 120 years if we understand the secrets. Yesterday, I had knee pain. While walking, I experienced that. While climbing the 2 stairs of the Tao Center, I experienced my knees were paining. Last night and today morning, I did something and my knee pain is gone without any medicines. Let me share the secrets. Okay. I actually experienced today itself. That's why I want to share. It's a fresh thing. I have experienced few times, but it's really good. See, if you are feeling uneasy, you are not fine tuned. Okay. That restlessness, that uneasiness reduces the frequency. Okay. Anything can crop in. For me, it was just a knee pain. The moment I settle myself in my being, the only disease I had was troubling me, not even a disease, just a temporary thing, knee pain, and the knee pain simply disappeared. Did I do anything special? No. Only settled in my being. That's it. With that, my knee pain simply disappeared. So when I was feeling uncomfortable, because of change of setup, change of few things, okay, change of season, the cold season has started. I was not very happy. Just settled myself by walking under the sun, few rounds on the terrace, looking at the crystal clear sky, tuning to the nature, deep breathing, few kriyas in the morning. And that's it. I started vibrating high and suddenly my knee pain disappeared. Big secret of healing. See how to enter the phenomena of resonance on your own. That is exactly the secret I want to share with you, to the body. That's exactly what happened to me today morning. See, two lovers in love with each other, very easy to understand. Resonance phenomena. Okay. Something similar is possible, even much bigger than that is possible when you fine tune yourself by aligning to the nature. That's what exactly I did today morning. When you align yourself to the nature, you start resonating on your own, resonating in love with nature. प्रकृति के प्रेम में रेजोनेंस हो रहा है. Very extraordinary phenomenon. It's possible. It happened to me today morning. And I could experience that resonance for a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. I was into that, enjoying. And suddenly, I experienced positive health. And all my knee pain and other things simply disappeared. I'm feeling extremely joyful, overflowing with love. Did a lot of work today. Last couple of days, I have finished up the work of 15 days. That much work I did. And I'm still fresh to talk. In 2 days' time, I completed the work that I will take normally 15 days. That much work. So much of focus. So much of even creativity was there. New insights were there. And like a normal day, there's nothing special about it. But that speciality was resonance with nature. Something extraordinary happened in my being. Suddenly, my focus, concentration, everything increased. Life is normal. Everything is going normal. Nothing is extraordinary as far as the outside world is concerned. Normal issues, whatever is there, is there. Something inside changed in the big way. And the positive health dawned on its own, which has happened many times in the past. Not that it's a new phenomenon to me. But I experienced that my knee pain simply disappeared. So something magical happens when you experience the phenomenon of resonance, and it can be experienced by tuning to the nature also. So when you experience resonance, which is always experienced when the mind is silent, that is the condition. Okay? When your mind is silent, you are one with the nature. You feel that expanding awareness, encompassing everything around you, minus the mind. I don't know how many of you understand, but this is something very, very simple, very common. When your mind becomes silent and you are into the expanding awareness, and everything around you is vibrant. So you are actually sharing the vibrations, your vibrations and the natural vibrations. That's where the resonance happens. In that resonance, automatically you gain health. This is the real secret of healing. Without medicine, without anything, just by change of attitude, just by change of behavior, just by the deeper insights into the phenomenon of resonance with the nature, extraordinary healing can happen. So suppose somebody is into that, vibrating high all the time, the body will not fall sick at all. Body falls sick when we eat something wrong, which is not suitable to the body, or when we abuse the body, or when we overexert the body, See, body has some very simple needs. High energy pranic food, sufficient rest. Sleep has to be good, that's one condition. Sufficient exercise, movement. Exercise does not mean going to the gym. If you're going to gym, that's fine. Exercise means some movement is required for the body. And a lot of silence is required. So food, exercise, we all know. But that silence aspect, not many people know. Okay. You may go to the gym, you may have very muscular body, and you may still have a lot of body pain, and you may have a lot of diseases also. Why? That component of silence, that component of fine tuning with the nature, that component of resonance that gives the positive health, if that component is missing, you cannot experience positive health by going to gym. This is the new understanding. So health has to be taken care, the body has to be taken care so that we can complete the mission on the planet Earth, share the joy, and when the time comes, say bye bye. It happened. Just a few kilometers away, we are in Thane right now. One of my very old friend's father stayed in Mulund, just few kilometers from my residence. Morning, he did his full 1 hour of yogasana pranayam, and then he was sitting in front of the altar, front of God. He was meditating, and he ended his yoga pranayam and meditation session by doing 3 times Om chanting, as we all do. The session ends by 3 times Om chanting. So his breakfast was kept on the table, and the children were ready to enjoy the breakfast with father. And it went on for 5 more minutes. He did not get up. But maybe he entered the meditation again. Sometimes it happens. By Om chanting 3 times, we get into meditative mood again. So you enjoy the silence of Om chanting and the vibrations for a few minutes, which happens many times. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Then the son, who is my friend, went closer to him and saw he was not moving. But because he was sitting in Padmasana with his hands on the knees, it formed kind of a pyramid and the body was absolutely steady. And what they noticed was father had left the body after 3 times all chanting. What a wonderful death. Full awareness. Early morning, with full meditative awareness, chanting Om 3 times, the person has left the body. Now, that is the kind of a death which is considered to be very, very auspicious. Okay. No suffering. When the time comes, the death will happen. But this kind of health, this kind of well-being is something extraordinary. And this is what is possible. So, change of attitudes, change of behavior, learning non-violent communication, learning to communicate in a right way. Technically, it's known as a non-violent communication. I call it as lovingly assertive communication. See, if you have loving assertiveness built into your system, you will not take negative nonsense into your body that comes from the outside world. Okay, lots of people are throwing garbage onto you every day. Do you know that? Through communication. How not to take that so that you don't fall sick? Loving, assertive communication is something that we need to learn so that you can enjoy best of the best relationships, enjoy best of the best health, do your work, achieve your mission. Your time management will be perfect. In the shortest possible time, you can achieve a lot of things. and excellent vibrations is all that you can share. Extraordinary things are possible, my dear friends. So let us all commit that I will look into my communication. I will avoid negative thinking and negative emotions. If somebody is throwing negative emotions or negative thoughts at me, I'll be lovingly assertive to counter that. Not going violent, lovingly assertive. That is the way we can correct others around us. Vibrate high all the time. That is the way to maintain the perfect health. We all need that. It's a priority. So these are the secrets of perfect health. Okay. Anybody who enjoys this will enjoy a wonderful life. Fantastic things are possible. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll continue on the same lines. Last lesson in this series. Okay. Next Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
थैंक यू गुरुजी ओम प्रणाम
Thank you, Guruji.
थैंक यू गुरुजी बहुत बहुत प्रणाम
Pranam, Guruji. Pranam.
Om Mangalam.